checked your bay number? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response. Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This starport will not allow such intolerable behavior. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Hey, welcome to Moonshot Voyages. I am Commander Cadiff. I will be your captain for today. And this is the very first episode of the new series, which is Journey to Colonia. If you remember, last week on Moonshot Voyages, we finally got out to Sagittarius A star in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. And instead of just doing an immediate about face and heading back to Sol, I decided, hey, I'm going to check out a few cool places that I've heard about on the way to Colonia. And then I'm hoping to get to Colonia by the time Odyssey drops, which is next Wednesday, the 19th. So I'm hoping to be in Colonia by then, which I think is actually a pretty easy goal. It'll probably require me to do a little bit of off-stream flying, but that's okay. I do that all the time. So anyway, so we're just kind of going to be making a beeline for Colonia, except that there are a couple of places I want to stop by on the way. And there's a really cool website that I've been using. And this isn't a plug or anything, or is it? But there's this cool website that allows you to find cool points of interest. So let me switch over to browser mode real quick. So the website's called EDSM, the Elite Dangerous Star Map. And what this is they've recreated the whole map online, but they made it so you can filter out certain things. So I'm just going to put in our starting location. So we're just going to start here at Sagittarius A, and I'm not sure why it's not like the first thing that pops up, but we'll go to Sagittarius A, and it's like, hey, it's a black hole. So I'll zoom in a little bit. And then over here, we can do other places of interest. And I'm looking for planetary nebula. So the one I'm heading to right now is the Blink of an Eye remnant, which just sounds like a cool place. So I'm hoping to get there this stream. But if not, then I'll be there by Thursday, definitely. But I'm hoping to get there this stream so I don't have to, slow down and wait for Thursday. Anyway, you can see there's actually a whole bunch of cool places to go. Colonia is around this area. So there's actually a whole bunch of cool places to hit up on our way there. So I'm kind of hoping that this will be kind of a cool thing to do. So now let's go back. Let's go to the live game. Hello, I'm back. So we're going to start out today by scanning this ammonia world. So we might as well get to it. I have drifted awfully close uh, while waiting. So we'll see if we can get a couple good shots here. That's funny. I throttled down when I got close-ish to it, and then I started the stream, and now we're awfully close. Oh boy, I don't even know if that's gonna... I don't know if that's gonna help me at all.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Oh boy. This is... So... Okay, well that's not too bad. Let's see if I can get this one around to the other side before I crash into it. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I am. It's been pretty nice because I am between shows right now, so I have a fair amount of time off, which is much, I wouldn't say much needed, but much appreciated because it's time off. I know I have another show coming up in June, so it's kind of like just a nice little staycation. I might go out somewhere and try to get some astrophotography done. I haven't decided where I'm going yet, but maybe not. Oh boy, this is bad. This is probably the worst job I've done scanning a planet in a long time. So let's get around. Is that still backside mode? Yeah. There we go. Let's get around to the other side so we can just break on through to the other side. And we'll go ahead and scan it. We won't get the bonus, unfortunately. Break on to the other side. Oh, copyright. Okay, that's hopefully close enough. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and put it right on the horizon. That should get us our 4% that we need. With 7 probes impacted.
Surface scan complete.
All right, so you know what that means. It's our first ammonia planet of the evening. Alrighty. So now, I had already scanned this place, and I know that there is also a water world here. So we're gonna go grab this water world, then we'll continue on our way to the Blink of an Eye Nebula. Come on, slow down. Slow down. There it goes. Right. So this one's 6 probes also, but we're in a much better position. Because I can actually see the entire planet now. Can probably do it in 5, maybe less.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Which of course means we got ourselves a water world. Alright, so while I was doing that, I got a phone call, so I am going to jump off for a second and return that call. It'll only take a minute, so just bear with me. I'm gonna put my pause screen on, so I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. Thank you for your patience. Now we shall continue our voyage.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, let's see if this has been mapped yet. It has not. And I think I may have to start doing my little rule. Let's see, this is under 15. Doesn't look like there's anything spectacular here. So we will continue.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let somebody else scan that someday. there's only 400 billion places, So I don't want to scan them all. I want to leave some for some people. So.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
So this one only had 3 bodies. All 3 of them looked like they were stars. So let's just go right through.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, let's see if there's anything cool. Nope.
Frameshift drive
Nothing unique
charging.
anyway.
Four, three, two, fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Well, it really helps when so many systems have 1 or 2 stars, and that's it.
Scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Only 33 jumps left.
Four, three, two, fuel scooping. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete.
Wow.
Fuel scoping.
We're making fantastic time. Watch, we're gonna hit a whole bunch of systems with like 50 or 60 planets.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scoping.
What'd I say?
Fuel scoping complete.
Alrighty. Alright, looks like we got a water world. Cool. But it's a little far away at 237 light sec. Sorry, 237,000 light seconds. So we'll just go ahead and let somebody else map that one. I don't feel like spending half an hour flying out there.
complete.
Alright, let's look at this system. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's a reference to the Mac and Me MST3K episode. Is it very nice or really nice? Might be really nice. Really nice.
4, 3, 2, fuel scooping.
Jeez, I can see 5 stars just on the radar.
Fuel scooping complete.
All right, so we've got 2 brown dwarfs with rings. That's kind of cool. Doesn't happen often.
System scan complete.
All right.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Olidokona, is it me you're looking for? Nah. But, hey, how's it going?
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
I can see it all in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
4, 3, 2,
Is that the smile? How are you doing today, Olidokona? Have you beat Mortal Kombat 11 yet? Not bad. It's good.
fuel scooping.
Man, Ugh. Never gonna get home. You haven't played much. As soon as they add Cole, I'll download it. He's my favorite character so far.
Fuel scooping
I've been catching up on
complete.
my old cutscenes. Oh, that's right. Well, got potential water world and some other stuff. Oh, 43. Boy. Lord Gorjax, hey Mr. Moonshot, how goes the battle for universal domination? Well, it's going. I've got almost 400 billion more systems to scan, so I don't know if I'm going to be done tonight, but you know, we're getting there. I'm trying out a new skill in PoE. So you're saying there's a chance? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If we stop running into systems with 43 planets I gotta scan, and I'll have this galaxy finished in no time. Water world. Then we'll go find Raxla and get teleported to another galaxy. Get to start all over. I started playing today, like we talked about. Man, there's a lot to learn, but it's pretty fascinating. Oh, cool, great, man. I'm glad you started. Yeah, it's got kind of a steep learning curve too, and believe it or not, it's better than it used to be. When I first started playing, there wasn't the training area. It was just like, here's your ship, and that was it. Like there was no. So yeah, it's much nicer now. When I started a new character, I think last year, on the PlayStation, it had the new training area, and I was like, oh man, this is so much better than it used to be. And I learned a few things that I hadn't known even after playing the game for years. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're liking it so far. It's pretty deep. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I love it, obviously. I'm going to be doing combat probably in a month, so that'll be fun. But yeah, next Wednesday is when the Odyssey drops, so that'll be cool. I bought my first ship, an Adder. I want to go to the direction of Space Trucker Explorer. Yeah, that is and I don't mean this in a bad way, but that is a safe way to play the game. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's mostly what I do. I throw some mining in there as well. But I mainly want to do combat so I can round out my elite ranks here and just get all 3 elite ranks. You guys should start a convoy. Only if our theme song can be the convoy song. A big old convoy. Great trucker song. Oh yeah. That and the one from Smokey and the Bandit, Eastbound and Down. Especially when you're in like those bigger ships like a cutter and you've got it loaded with alcohol, for some mission, which will happen. Some folks that are thirsty in Texarkana, or wait, no. Folks are thirsty down in Atlanta. We've got beer in Texarkana. That's how it goes. Smokey and the Bandit. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Long time. Yeah. Yeah, well, me and my old roommates, which Otto Dakona is one of them, watched Convoy a couple weeks ago via Zoom. And, oh, man. I think Smokey and the Bandit's better. But, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a little cheese, but, it wasn't too bad. I don't remember much from the others. Like, the first Smokey and the Bandit I remember really well. I remember liking it a lot when I was a kid, along with Cannonball Run movies. I don't know if I've seen the Cannonball Run movies.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Let's see if this makes it. Oh, alright. That's pretty close.
Scan complete.
Righty. This is always my favorite part. It's favorite part. Kevin Costner has not busted down my door yet, so we're okay. It's funny, I haven't been flagged by Twitter, or sorry, I haven't been flagged by Twitch, but the YouTube uploads, I keep getting flagged for copyright violation. But all it is it's a notice. They haven't muted it, they haven't done anything. All they do is, they're like, well, this video can't be monetized. It's like, oh, alright. Not making any money anyway. So I assume you made it through all the flight training, and yeah, I actually can't remember what all is there except that they offer missions in that area so you can really get the hang of it before you leave. But that's nice you already bought an adder.
Fuel cooking complete.
Oops. Okay, nothing special here, but it's big enough to scan. I just did the first little delivery quest, quickly got about 150,000 credits, and now I'm just stumbling over the learning curve. Yeah, I had a real hard time figuring out how to come out of FSD and not overshooting space stations. Yes, that was definitely the hardest part when I learned. And I still overshoot. We call it the loop of shame. So yeah, there is. I don't know if you've made it this far through the tutorials yet, but at some point they'll allow you access to a Super Cruise Assist, which means it will control your speed for you. All you have to do is line it up with the planet. Yeah, super cruise. And so, yeah, cruise control. Yes, that's it. That wasn't in the game when I first learned, so I'm used to flying without it, but it is really handy, especially in the beginning. But I would say, you know, like, still try your hand at doing it yourself, just because it's kind of fun, but it is pretty handy when you're just, like, not feeling it. You're just like, nope. The only problem with Super Cruise Assist is that it goes at, like, half the speed, so it takes forever to get places. So when I use it, because I use it on console, when I use it, I'll I'll turn it on, but then I won't line up with the target. I'll get off to one side of the target, and it won't engage. And so I'll be cruising at full speed, and then once I get a lot closer, then I just nudge it over so that it aligns, and then it automatically slows me down. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, because if you're doing the assist the entire way, it's going to take you about twice as long to get there. So that's just a little trick I figured out. The auto dock is cool too. Yeah, it's a little life hack, I think. Yeah, the auto dock is cool too. I mostly use it on bigger ships. Smaller ships are usually not really an issue. But I guess they're adding an auto land in Odyssey, which is interesting because it helps you land on planets when there are no starports. But I found that it still lands you in like crazy, like dumb areas. Like I've flown to clearings where it's nice and flat, and then it like I engage the auto land and it's like, okay, where's the rocks? And it goes and it finds rocks and lands on the rocks. I'm like, well, okay, so maybe they'll fix that. Did you ever get stuck in the corner? Did I ever get stuck in the corner? Yeah, but then I came out of the corner. No, but I did get stuck in the mesh on one of the ships. Maybe you need an auto Daytona. Oh my god. Man. It's the late night crowd. I was really sad I couldn't explore the station models while docked inside because they seem to have so much detail. Then I discovered the Control-Alt spacebar for free cam. Yep. And it's going to get better once Odyssey comes next week, because then you can just walk around your ship in first person, you know, like a FPS. And you can go board an elevator, and you can go into like a bar area and stuff. Inside, it's going to be a little Star Citizen-y. But yes, the free cam is super handy. You can fly like that too. You just can't see. You can't see your controls or anything, so it's kind of cumbersome. But like you could do. So I'll like detach the camera, and then sometimes I like to do this. Get it lined up a little bit, and then reattach the camera, get rid of this, and then you can... But it's kind of interesting. I want to try it in like combat, and I'll probably get shot down, but oh well. It might make for some cool video.
Frameshift drive charging.
Excuse me. You know, guys, recently I discovered I only know 26 letters of the alphabet. I'm sorry, 25 letters of the alphabet. You know, there's 26, but I only know
Fuel scooping.
25 of them. I don't know why.
System scan complete.
Need to work. I know. Well, I screwed it up by saying 26 at first. Thank you for laughing, though.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I mean, other than that one, I haven't heard any good puns lately. So, you guys are in luck.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, good question. No idea. No, just kidding.
Fuel scooping.
So, I got to Sagittarius A on Sunday, and now I am heading towards Colonia.
Fuel
It says
disengaged.
Raterie right here, but this is actually an area known as Colonia, and it's another area of space that actually has it's kind of like a mini bubble, and so there's actually habited planets and stations and such out here. So I'm headed out here in hopes that I'll be here once Odyssey drops next week, and then I'll be able to buy like the upgraded Explorer suit and stuff. So then when I do make my way back to Seoul, I'll be able to land on planets and walk around, you know, and actually collect data as I'm doing that. However, in the meantime, I am also visiting points of interest. So I'll show you here. So if you don't know, there's a lot of great third-party tools. That's always the mark of a good game, right? In order to make the game functional, you need players to make third-party tools. Okay, so that was a joke. But anyway, there's a bunch of really good third-party tools that help a lot, and one of them is this one. This is the EDSM Elite Dangerous star map. Is this game made by Bethesda? Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, too soon, dude. Too soon. I am excited for this X pack, but on the other hand, for streaming purposes, the Elite Dangerous is in a very sweet spot for Twitch for viewership, and I am afraid the X pack will push out all the small streamers for a few months. Oh, I'm not sure what X pack is. I might be missing something. Oh, the expansion. It might. It's interesting because the alpha just finished, and so I think people kind of got their fill of the expansions because we had it for about 5 weeks already. It wasn't in its full form, but it was pretty close, and definitely by the end of it, most of the streamers that I normally watch were kind of back into regular Elite. So, but you're probably right. I would say maybe for the first month or so, it's going to be all about Odyssey, but that's fine because it's in addition to this and not separate. So it should just roll in. Anyway, let's see. So this is the EDSM, and it's great because it's the Elite Dangerous map, and you can search for all kinds of different things, and you can put these markers up to find these locations. So I just said, hey, I'm over in Sagittarius, and so right now I'm on my way to this place. This is a blink of an eye. This nebula was created by a planet that exploded, and anyway, it's got some cool stuff. So that's one of the really cool like third-party tools. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now. Whoops. No, Waterworld. Stop it. This friendly guy that came into my stream today told me to check out Coriolis.io for shipbuilding. Yeah, Coriolis.io is amazing. I love it. Yeah, you can build your ships and see how much they're going to cost, and it's pretty great. Inara is a good one too, for just general like keeping track of everything. It's almost like it's just kind of a good like commander dashboard, for you that you can look at, and it keeps track of all your stuff, your money, where you are, everything. But yeah, Coriolis is super handy.
Frameshift drive charging.
When you get into mining, there's a really good one called, I think it's called ED Mining. Let's see here. Miner's tool. And basically what the miner's tool does is it tells you where your hotspots are for certain materials that are worth more. And so not only does it tell you where to mine them, but it also tells you where you're going to get the best price to sell them. That one may be a little bit on the cheating side, but it's also something that's like, that should really be in the game. Something like that. Because think about it, in real life, that would totally be something you'd be able to do. You'd be able to look at different markets and see prices. So.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
But yes, to answer your question, going to Colonia, which is a relatively small portion of habited space, but it's got enough stuff there that you could almost make a living out there. I know some commanders who they've transported all their ships out there, and they just do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I'm gonna have to check out your stream. When do you normally stream? I'm playing in the open world, so I'm waiting to get ganked for the first time. Okay, you'll have to let me know how that goes. You've got more guts than I do, sir.
Fuel scooping.
Or ma'am. Not sure. Either way, you've got more guts than I do, person.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Open world. Yeah, I'm too afraid to do that. I'm off work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. And of those days, I mod for a good friend of mine, so I usually stream in the mornings, but I've only been streaming for a few weeks, and my setup isn't complete yet. Yeah, I hear that. I just kind of threw together, like I had an old iPhone. I went to Best Buy and bought this ring light, and that's it. Everything else I kind of already had. OBS is a huge help. What's great with video game streams, though, is like you really only need the one camera. One of my good friends does board game streams, and so he's got like 3 cameras. He's got one on him, one on the board, and then one on a green screen that he can put cards up so they're nice and big on the screen. And man, his setup is super nice. But but he's been doing it for almost a year now. I feel like video game streams are probably a little easier than a board game stream.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I tried to learn OBS today. I started with Twitch Studio, and OBS is so much more complex. Yeah, Twitch Studio is very friendly in comparison, but with half the options. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I started with the Twitch Studio just for my first couple of streams, and then I kind of forced myself to learn OBS. And after I got my head wrapped around that everything's sort of like a browser plugin and not like a web browser, but that's just what they're called in OBS is browsers. So you build your element in Streamlabs, like get a Streamlabs account, it's free. Do Streamlabs and connect it with your Twitch, and then whenever you build out, you know, like your alerts or whatever, it'll just give you a long line of code, and you copy that, and in OBS you make a new browser element and copy and paste the code down, and then it pretty much handles it from there. So but yeah, I mean, go with what you know, and if the Twitch Studio is fine, then I just do that. Yeah, nothing interesting there.
Frameshift drive charging.
And also, until you're, like, I was going all gung-ho and, like, a bunch of stuff, and my buddy's like, well, until you're affiliated, there's actually a lot of things you're not able to do. Like, I don't have my custom emotes and stuff, because you got to be affiliated before you can get that. So, so it's like, yeah, it's fine to start out. Yeah, no channel points, none of that stuff. So, so I gotta get affiliated, hopefully soon, and then I can start doing that fun stuff.
Fuel scooping.
Pretty close. I only need 13 more follows. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
I've heard the hardest part is getting the 2.6 active chatters, or whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, you need to have like an average of, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's probably where I'm going to run into issues as well. And then after that, you get partner. Is it partner? Yeah.
fuel scooping complete.
And that is like extremely difficult, I guess. You have to like apply for it, and then they like monitor your, you know, your channel and figure out if you're worth becoming partner and all this stuff. Seems kind of crazy. All right, we've got a water world here. Guess we'll go ahead and scan. The road between affiliate and partner is huge. Yeah, that's what I hear. Well, because that one you have to like have a certain number of subs too. Just buy a bikini and jump in a hot tub. You'll be partnered with. No joke. I stumbled into a just chat, just chatting one, and yeah, it was literally just two attractive women in a hot tub just talking about whatever, and it had 13,000 viewers at that moment. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if anybody would want to watch me in a bikini, but oh, maybe. Stumbled across you. No, I did. Well, I was like, huh, just chatting. What does this mean? And then, yeah, my very innocent sensibilities. I was like, oh, that's too much skin. It's messed up. It's so messed up. I don't blame them for doing that. Hustle, yeah. But I think it goes against what Twitch used to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not sure what Twitch used to be, because, like, once I started watching it, which was only a few months ago, I was like, oh, I need to do that. So.
System scan complete.
Oh. Okay. Still not sure I know what that is, though. I know I've heard of it. Is this the water world? Yeah. Nerds. It used to be Justin TV. And was it just purely gaming at that point? Or just talk nerdy? Yeah, pretty much, I think. Though I think it was always had some sort of just chat. But it wasn't ladies in bikinis in the hot tubs, necessarily. I don't remember it being infested with mostly naked girls back then. The cleavage streamers existed, but it was tolerable. Alright, that's fair. Cleavage streamers. No, it was more like dudes in their basements. No, boss lady is firing up the dance drive. Hey, I resemble that remark.
50%.
When I grew up, we didn't have the basement. So, Lord Gorjax, if you ever get a chance, check out Boss Lady B if you haven't already. She's a really good elite streamer.
Surface scan complete.
Although Dakota, I had a basement, but now I don't. Yeah, there's not many basements in Southern California. Probably because of that whole earthquake thing.
Frameshift drive charging.
We only had a crawl space when we lived together. Oh yeah, where that cat died. Oh, God. That was a smelly week. Yeah, and I told the landlord, I was like, hey, I saw this cat go into the crawl space. Can we get that covered up? Yeah. Can, can we get that covered up so that nothing dies in there? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. And of course, I guess it had walked like as far away from the crawl space entrance as it could get before it died.
Fuel scoop
So
disengaged.
it's like way back there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ugh. Ugh. God, that smelled so bad. Well, in his defense, he hadn't taken over the garage at that point. That's true, yeah. I'm not really sure how that's a defense, but it's true.
Fuel scooping.
Boy, we're gonna maybe get to this place a little bit early. That'd be nice. Because I hear there's a storm at this place we're headed to, which I've never seen in the game, so
Fuel scoop disengaged.
this will be a first for me.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, so 2001 Space Odyssey is on HBO Max, and so I was watching it a little bit yesterday. Man, it looks so good in HD. I can't imagine what it would be in 4K, but I mean, I saw it a couple years ago at the ArcLight. ArcLight's this old theater that used to be in LA, and like it looked great on film. Speaking of which, nice docking me. Oh man,
Scooping.
yeah,
System scan complete.
dude, I love that they put that in for the auto docker. That's like the main reason I like using it. It's so good. And if you listen carefully, my Ammonia World music is the noises that the monolith makes. But yeah, I love that they incorporated that into the game. So good.
Frameshift drive charging. Three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, Boss Lady is pretty established. But she's also just really cool, really fun, great personality. Yeah, you should just go over there. No, but seriously, she's pretty cool, and she's active on Twitter, and I think she's got a lot of friends who actually work for Frontier, because I feel like she was in on a few things on Odyssey, like she knew before the release or the alpha came out. So,
Frameshift drive charging.
but yeah, she's actually the reason I got into streaming Elite, because I didn't think, like, for years this was just a game that I played, and I tried to talk to Adakona about it, and he'd just be like, I don't care, sounds boring. And I didn't even think there would be a community for it really until I jumped onto Twitter, and I'm like, oh, there are people who like this. And then I found Twitch. It's like, oh. I mean, it's still like the most I've seen when
Fuel scooping.
when Elite Dangerous does, when Frontier does a stream, they'll get like 2,500 people. But the most I've seen, you know, like Boss Lady, I think is like 160. Which is, you know, pretty decent. I'm staring here. I might drop her a follow. I try to keep my active channels I follow under 20. Oh, interesting. I try to support the people I like by being in their chats and not being silent. And it gets hard if you are doing that in 5 Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. And I'm reading these out loud. Just, you know, just for the courtesy of anybody who's, I don't know, actually, I'm not sure why. I just like it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Like any lurkers, maybe, who are not watching their screens.
4, 3, 2,
Some you read, some you don't, yeah. So, I'm thinking for my emojis, I'm going to make the lurker emoji. I'm going to take from StarCraft Brood War. There's a Zerg unit called a lurker. I think I might use that. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have thought of that. Oh, so you probably, I mean, seeing as you recognize the Space Odyssey music, you probably noticed my HAL 9000 I put in here. Just to kind of help me fly. I hear he's pretty stable. He hasn't tried to kill me yet.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah. Open the pod bay doors, Moon.
4, 3,
I love saying that to Siri. It's like, you're never gonna let that go, are you? I actually changed my name on my phone to be Dave, so that when yeah, you gotta try it.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
It's already open, and it's getting a little cold in here. They do change it occasionally, or maybe there's a few different responses, because I know I've heard different ones over the years.
3, 2,
It's getting a little cold. Yeah, it would be.
Frameshift drive charging.
And isn't the one in 2010? Isn't it Sal? And it's blue? Or am I just dreaming? I've only seen the 2010 once. And I've not read the books. Because I'm an awful nerd.
Fuel scooping. System scan.
But I think 2001 Space Odyssey is one of the rare situations where if you've seen the movie, you probably don't need to read the book. I mean, there's more to the book, I know, but Sal is identified as a twin sister of HAL 9000, distinguished by the blue tinge in her optic lens compared to HAL's, which is red. In the film, Sal is voiced by actress Candice Bergen, who was credited as Olga Malzner. Interesting. I wonder if that's like a stage name or... Yeah, and I keep forgetting how many bodies I'm finding here. Boy, we're making some great time. Hour and 20, yeah, so we're about where I'd like to be. She had her own comedy. She was a reporter or something. I can't remember what it was called. Ah. Yeah, and I think I only remember him as Chief Brody from Jaws. But he was in it. Murphy Brown. Hold the Dakona. Hold the Dakona for the win.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Better not be in Earth like I'm passing up.
Fuel scooping.
So another pointer, which you probably already know. Don't use a Sidewinder as an exploration ship,
Complete.
like I'm doing right now. It's a fun challenge, but you notice I have to fuel scoop every other star. It's just like, gets a little annoying. But that's okay. It's a fun challenge. I have no idea what fuel scooping is, so yeah, any I know how to read. Any tips you can give me are probably beneficial to me. So the fuel scoop, I found this out the hard way, but most of the systems in the galaxy don't have stations or planets to land on that have to refuel. So the fuel scoop pulls fuel from specific stars. And so if you do want to go deep into space, or even, I actually try to install one on all my ships just in case you get stuck out somewhere and you're not near a station to refuel, because there's only two ways out of that. One way is the self-destruct your ship, and you lose whatever cargo you have, you lose whatever data you may have, and you have to rebuy your ship, right? The other way out of that is to call a fuel rat. And a fuel rat is a faction of players, actually, who created this. It's actually not part of the game. I mean, it is. They have ads in the game now, which is pretty cool, but it was created by players. And you go to their website, you tell them what system you're in, and they'll coordinate with you to send a ship out to rescue you, basically. You don't have to pay them. They do this completely for free. They don't accept any kind of payment in game or out of game. This is something they do out of love. And so that's the only other way out if you run out of fuel and you don't have a fuel scoop. Luckily, I've never had to call a fuel rat, but I've come close quite often. But yeah, I suggest, especially on your bigger ships, you'll have a lot of extra module bays anyway. But go ahead and attach a fuel scoop to basically everything you're going to fly, because then you just kind of get in a really close orbit around a star, and the fuel scoop comes on automatically. You don't even have to think about it. The only thing you have to think about, and once you're there, I can go over this again, if you want. But the only thing you have to think about is what stars are fuelable. So here's all the star classes. And O, B, A, F, G, K, and M stars are fuelable. So now my map is only showing me stars that I can fuel at. And you can also apply that to your route, which is nice. So then if you have this box checked, it'll only send you to fuel stars when you plot a route. A good acronym is, so it's OBAFGKM, or O be a fine guy or gal, kiss me. And that's how you remember. Yeah, just remember the simple acronym. O be a fine gal or guy, kiss me. That's how I remember. So, anyway, obviously, I probably won't be the only person to say that to you. It is running out of fuel is a very real possibility, especially for us deep space people. But oh shoot, this thing is covered up. It'd be easier if you knew. So I'm gonna turn off my camera for a minute. So you have 361 million credits. That seems like insane numbers. Can't you just buy yourself some crazy long distance ship right now? Oh yeah. Oh, I have a crazy long distance ship. I'm just having fun right now. So I actually have more credits than that. The rest of my credits are at my fleet carrier. I have a little over Games aren't for fun. Yeah, I have little over 1.5 billion credits. But you need a lot of credits if you have a fleet carrier, because they cost 5 billion just out the gate without any mods. So you'll notice over here on the right, where the fuel is, each one of my jumps is taking about half my fuel. So that's why I need the fuel scoop on this. But yes, I do have long distance. Yeah, 1 billion. I do have long distance exploration ships. I have an Anaconda that can get 71 light years per jump, and it basically never runs out of fuel because the fuel scoop on that is just like ridiculously fast. It's like by the time you get around the star, it's already filled itself up again. Yeah. But yep, I'm just doing this just because I wanted a challenge. Wanted to see if I could take the base ship. Of course, I modified it quite a lot. Any idea what the cost of the expansion will be? Yeah, I think it's going to be $30. 30 or 35. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as their last expansion, which I think didn't add nearly as much as the new one will. So their last expansion, I think, was 50. And all it really did was allow us to land on planets. But now we get atmospheric planets and the ability to get out of our ship, first person, all that good stuff. We might even get a new ship out of it. There's rumors. The fact that we were able to find ship blueprints in some of the outposts during the alpha kind of makes people think we might be able to engineer new ships, which would be cool. Probably nothing interesting here. See, that was a star that I can't scoop from. Yes, I was actually sort of shocked at the lack of ships in this game. I watched one of those sci-fi size comparison videos on YouTube, and that was just all the Elite Dangerous ships. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. Yeah, I think there's 37 different ships in this game, which doesn't seem like a ton, but yeah, there's 37 that you can fly. There's a couple capital ships that you can't fly. But yeah, there's only 37. So if this next star we go to doesn't have a scoopable planet, then it could be an issue. But it's a K class star. It says up in the top there, K class, so that should be just fine. But yeah, I cannot scoop that brown dwarf. Yeah, and like the Thargoid mothership or whatever it is, the big one, it's probably the biggest ship and you can't fly it. But I think it's bigger than the capital warships that they have. Yeah, it'd be cool if they added like 10 more ships with the update.
Fuel scooping complete.
Unlike Star Citizen, which just has like 1 billion ships. course, you can't fly any of those. When I watched that video, I liked the idea of the Beluga, and I just did a quick search, and that's actually the largest ship you can pilot, and it seems, I believe it is, yeah. I believe the Beluga, there's four, like, large, that I consider the largest ships. That's the Beluga, the Cutter, the Corvette, and the Anaconda. But yeah, I think the Beluga is technically the biggest out of all those. But it depends if you want to count a fleet carrier. Technically, you can jump those and you can move them to new places, and they're massive. But you can't really fly them like you can the ship. You can only tell it to jump. You know. And it does 500 light year jumps. Can you land? Can you land fleet carrier? No. No, they have to stay in orbit. They're too big. They're just too big to land. Because they have 8 large landing pads, so you could land 8 belugas at the same time if you wanted. So 8 large landing pads, 4 medium pads, and 4 small. So you can land 16 ships at a time. But you can't land the carrier itself, unfortunately. That would be cool, though. Oh my god. Feature request. Actually, one cool thing about the fleet carrier is it does have a feature that us elite players have wanted for a long time, and that is the ability to not only jump to a new system, but you can actually jump to a specific planet in that system, which you can't do with the regular ships. So that is like one cool advantage. But they're ridiculously expensive, and they're definitely an endgame item. Like, when you have more money than you know what to do with, that's when you're able to buy a fleet carrier.
System scan complete.
And you'll get there. I mean, there really isn't a ton to spend money on in this game other than ships. So, although that could change with Odyssey, because they're bringing out all that first-person stuff and gear.
Frameshift drive charging.
All right, 2 jumps. Well, I'm lurking on the couch, keeping the window open. I'm about to crash for the night. We'll catch you next stream. Later, Odadakona. And later to you, Lord Gorjax. Thank you for joining me, and I am already following you, so hopefully I'll catch your next stream. And yeah, 07, fly dangerously, and thanks for joining. Okay. And thanks for the lurk. Have you heard of a game called Dual Universe? Yes, it looks awesome. Why don't I have it yet? Oh, I think it's Windows 10. I only have Windows 7. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But it also kind of looks like No Man's Sky-ish. Like, just overwhelming, like, the stuff you can do. But it's also, I don't know, it's kind of... I can't remember what I'm, like, is turning me off about it. Yeah. I heard it described as No Man's Sky meets Minecraft. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a voxel-based graphics, so it's like a lot of squares. And I think that's what's kind of turning me off to it. Like, especially since No Man's Sky exists. It's like, oh, I'll just play that if I want. Yeah. So I was thinking I'll just play that because, I mean, No Man's Sky doesn't look realistic, but it doesn't look nearly as poopy as Minecraft. Okay, well, that's fair. That's true. It did look a little nicer. But okay, one jump left, and we're going into the system, which is a stellar remnant nebula. Might be kind of cool. I hope there's a storm here. I've never seen one. Yeah, I might check it out sometime, but I have been getting the itch to get back into No Man's Sky, though. And I think I want to do, like what I was telling you, where I just start a new character. Okie doke. Definitely need to have the seatbelt sign turned on, because there's a black hole here. So this is all explored already. Wow, this is like one of the smallest black holes you can get. It's only 2.9 solar masses. Okay, so supposedly this notable stellar phenomenon has something cool. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, I remember you and I and Just Czar were thinking about creating, like, doing a multiplayer of No Man's Sky. I need to talk to him again and see if he's still down for that. At least get us into the same, like, area, and then after that, I don't really care about always playing together, but to at least get us, like, the same home planet would be cool. I don't know. I've never played multiplayer. When I started playing, multiplayer wasn't a thing, and then when it became a thing, it still was pretty, like, basic. Like, people could come to your base and they could they could take things from your base, but it only affected them. Like if they took a wall out, my base would look like it was missing a wall to them, but for me it's still there. So yeah, which seems like a really easy way to break the game. Like, oh, I need resources. I'll just go take apart this other base and essentially get free resources. I don't know. It might be changed. It might be different now. But because I know that was a concern, like if you were growing a bunch of plants, they're like, well, what if you're offline? Because it's persistent, so it exists whether you're online or not. So that was a concern. People are like, well, if I'm offline and somebody visits my base, couldn't they steal all my plants? And they said no. They can steal it, but it's still there for you. Now, I can't remember if they got anything for it. Maybe it's just useless for them, those particular ones, but I don't know. It seemed weird. It seemed weird, and I don't know if it's like that anymore. And I could be misremembering it also, but I seem to remember there was concern about people just raiding your base while you're offline. Oh boy. There they are. Yeah. Yeah, it does look ominous. I've never... I kind of figured this might be here, but I've never seen one in person. So right now I'm just recording video, so I can use it later in my videos. There's just like clumps of rocks. What are those? Oof, that one was a little close. I wonder if I can get hit by these. For science! Indeed. Maybe I need to put a kite out there. You actually wouldn't be able to hear the lightning. No, because, yeah, you could. Because the sound waves are passing through the dust itself. You know, the dust itself is the medium that the lightning could pass through. So there's my really probably not accurate explanation. Oh. Cool. Well, good thing I had shields. You don't have your ears up to the dust, though. You don't know. I could have opened the window. Actually, yeah, you're right. I guess you wouldn't be able to hear it, even if there were sound. Because that dust isn't... There's no way for those sound waves to pass from the dust through the glass into the air of your cockpit. And this is crazy, too. Like, this isn't camera shake that's happening. Like, usually the ship will fly perfectly straight. That's not the lightning you're hearing, it's the sound of the radiation crackling through your brain cells. Oh, good. Okay, that's promising. Also, hello, Black Sun. Welcome to my nightmare. Auto Dakona, you don't have to stand. You can sit down if you wanted. Okay, cool. That's probably enough ominous crazy. Yeah, I was lying, actually. Oh, okay. So you sit corrected. You've been sitting the whole time? Where's my, Where's my reticle? There it is. Okay. So the ship is getting pushed around, by the way. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I've never had the ship get, like, pushed around like this. Black Sun, have you ran into anything like this in the game? Well, I mean, it might just be dramatic effect. One other thing, the Guardian beacons, once you scan them, will actively push you away from the data core if you try. Oh, interesting. I haven't found any Guardian stuff in space yet. I know it exists, but I haven't been there yet. Yeah, just... Oh, man. This is super cool, you guys. I don't know. This is cool. I want to discover one of these that hasn't been discovered yet. But look at the lighting too. Like everything's just like subdued, and which makes sense. There's only certain wavelengths are getting through. That's the only thing that I've seen other than this, and obviously Atmo flight that alters your trajectory. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more footage outside here. Otto may be right. The gas could be thick enough to act on your ship's aerodynamics. Yeah, maybe it's just the thickness of the gas. I mean, it's obviously it's there, but I mean, it feels. I really want to see one of those actually hit the ship and see if my shield lights up. Thick gas. Where's Evan when you need him? Oh gosh, Evan is one of our former roommates. And yes, he is all about the gas. Wow, look at what's going on in the down to the left. He might be watching. Well, Evan, if you're watching, this one's for you, bud. This thick green cloud of gas. Now, he's probably asleep. It's 9:54. I've probably lulled him to sleep with my voice already. Yeah, exactly. It's even appropriately colored. Yeah, the last one I was in was red, but there was no lightning. The storm was stopped, apparently. Night vision does nothing. Well, that was sweet. Okay, cool. So we're gonna try to find a safe trajectory out. That was super neat. And then, let's see. So we're currently right here at the blink of an eye remnant. Let's see what else is kind of on our way. Storms of Venusur. Maybe that's part of a group. Those proximity system. Okay, let's look at the Emerald Remnant. Alright, let's try this place. Let's go here. Yes, that's right. Please keep your seatbelt on. Okay, I think we will get there later, but I'm going to see if I can find a planet to land on in the meantime. But I'll probably cut the stream. Well, it's only 12 jumps. I don't know. I think I'm about ready to cut the stream, though. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours, so must be a good sale price for platinum right now. The spot I typically go to has a couple carriers and residents on a good day. Currently, I can't jump there as the system is full. Oh, geez, as is the system next door. Jeez, so you can't put your carrier there, man.
Frameshift drive charging.
My carrier is too far away to put anywhere near the bubble.
4, 3, 2, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, we might find a nice place here.
System scan complete.
Alrighty. Is there any stellar phenomena here that I should know about? No, looks good. Okay. Ooh, 6 probes. Oh boy. This planet's a little bigger than I thought it was.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete. Orbital flight engaged.
Gotta get a look at these planets before they all change next week.
Landing gear deployed.
Alrighty. So I think that's where I'm going to call it a night. I really appreciate everybody who joined in. Let me switch over to... Oh, and also you can take off your seatbelts now. I appreciate everybody who joined in. I think I'm going to call that a night for now. Just as a reminder, and to anybody who's joined late, I am now on my way to Colonia from Sagittarius A. So the first part of my journey was getting to Sagittarius A in my Sidewinder here. And then the second part of my journey will be going to Colonia and hopefully stopping at some cool sites along the way. And then part 3 is going to be the voyage home, getting all the way back to Seoul, still in my Sidewinder. And then hopefully after I'm there, I'm going to get into some combat to try to get triple elite. So anyway, that's just kind of a primer of the next month or so. Probably a little longer than that. Anyway, I will be back on Thursday evening at 8 Pacific or 3 a.m. UTC. And let's see, let's find somebody cool to raid. Let's see who's on. It'll probably be Boss Lady. Actually, yeah, there's a few elite streamers right now. But let's go into Boss Lady because she's doing some cool stuff today. So I'm going to go ahead and start that raid. If you've not seen Boss Lady, she's another elite streamer, and she does some cool stuff, has a great, cool, attitude, and she's just a very fun person. Anyway, so thank you for joining me, Fly Dangerously 07, and we're gonna raid.
Looks. Has it occurred to you that John Kelly has done something we can't?